Today, we're looking at Krishna's Orange. Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm an ink guy. I get inks, test them, and share the results with you. Now, Krishna's Orange is an orange ink. To make sure I have a range of experience with this ink, I do the writing samples, I put the ink into a different pen for a day, I then put it into a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya with their flex nib to take my notes for this video. Now, before we look at the writing samples, let's look at the sciencey bits. Up first is the chromatography, and I agree with Vita that I've learned a lot by doing multiple chromatographies. The one on the left is done the way it's supposed to be done. I put a line of ink down and immediately put it into water for 10 to 15 seconds. And what we see is there's this pink, very light pink across the bottom. It moves up and we start to see some of the oranges and yellows that come in. Now the one on the right, I let dry for 10 minutes before I dunk it into water. That pink line across the bottom is a little bit more defined in there, but not much. And the orange and yellow at the top is a little bit more separated. But overall, the two chromatographies very much look the same. Resistance tests are done to see how this ink can be expected to perform on the page, and more importantly, how hard it might be to clean from your pens. Now I let the smear dry for 3 days before testing it. Looking at the highlighter, it handles it basically well. It goes from an extra fine and spreads out to be about a medium. There is a bunch of feathering that occurs, but all of the writing is completely readable, which makes me feel safe to use this in a note-taking situation if you wanted to highlight. Water, I'm a little surprised, but water did not completely reactivate and move it. It only picked up all of the orange. That pink, peachy color on the bottom of the chromatography is still there and doesn't seem to have budged from the paper. Pen flush didn't do as much as even water did, which is very surprising to me with this ink. We still see a lot of the orange left on top, and now granted I only put it there for 30 seconds and then I just blot it up. It just might not be enough, which is really surprising here. Bleach, a 1/3 bleach solution, as is normal, is obliterating it from the page, which means if it actually did take bleach to get this out of your pen, then what you need to do is use it quickly and immediately flush that out so that you don't rust any of your metal parts. For the inks I've tested, I found an average viscosity of 2.5, with a realm of normal being from 2.1 to 2.9. Krishna's Orange has a viscosity of 2.17, making it normal. Low side of normal, but normal. To find my average dry times, I use my writing samples done with the extra fine and medium nib on Clairefontaine, Tomoe River, and Rhodia paper. For the inks I've tested, I have found an average dry time of 17 seconds, with a realm of normal being from 13 to 21 seconds. Krishna's Orange has an average dry time of 7 seconds. Man, that's fast. Now, let's look at the writing samples. I picked this ink up in bottle form. Now, I don't suggest people run out and buy bottles of things automatically. I really suggest that you go try stuff first. But when I ordered these, I was ordering from overseas, and there's these nice small bottles, and they were super cheap. They were like $2.60 or $3.10 a piece. So I ordered every single one they had, and this one is just wow. Like yesterday was a great orange, today is a great orange, and I'm really interested. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to take the Diamine Orange of yesterday and today's Krishna Orange, and look at those. Look at that. The Diamine is slightly lighter, just barely lighter, and look at... So I would, looking at them, I thought they're very much the same. Very much the same. But we see how much they travel, and the chromatography is different. And this one has a lot more pink in the bottom than this one. So they both have a lot of similar color makeup. Like the chromatographies look the same. And I don't really do this a whole lot. And the only reason I'm doing this here is because the Krishna inks are a pain to get a hold of. Or if they're already in your country and your country is not in India, then they cost a little bit more. So I love this, and I love that I have a bottle of it. But I would go with the Diamine as a money issue. unless you had to. That's just me. Like I said, I don't like to compare two inks to each other. I'm only doing that here because of the cost associated with ordering them. To keep my writing samples consistent, I use a Jinhao 159 with Goulet 1.1 stub. Do you see the energy that this ink is already giving me? I use a Jinhao X750 with a Goulet medium. Camera won't focus at all. And the Jinhao X750 with a Goulet extra fine. Let's take a look at the Clairefontaine. It is no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade. It is a gorgeous, vibrant, energy-inducing orange. Yes, please. I'm so glad I have a bottle of this because I would not order the bottle based on its cost to get it if I hadn't been making a larger purchase from them. But I am so glad that I have it. The extra fine is the exact same tone with no feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade. 5 seconds to dry. Now the medium is the exact same tone with no feather, spread, halo sheen, or shade. 6 seconds to dry. Super fast drying. So we see a difference there between yesterday's orange and today's orange. The scrubby for both show no color variation. We didn't get any. And the smear test you could likely recover if you did smear it while you were writing. Tomoe River. No bleeding, minor ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade. The extra fine is the exact same tone with no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade, 8 seconds to dry. The medium has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade, 12 seconds to dry. Beautiful all the way through, just so nice. 11 seconds to dry. I think I said 12. 11 seconds to dry. The scrubby for both show us no color variation. We didn't expect it. We didn't get it in the smear test. I don't think you could recover it if you smeared. Look at that. Wow. Rhodia, no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade. It's okay. The extra fine has the exact same tone with no feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade. 6 seconds to dry. The medium is the exact same tone we've seen all the way through. This has been a beautiful, boring ink, and looking at the chromatography, they look so much the same. The medium is no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade, 8 seconds to dry. The scrubby for both show us no color variation. We didn't expect it, we didn't get it. And the smear test, you could likely recover if you smeared while you were writing. And so I don't normally do this either, but I'll go ahead and I'll do this with this ink. If the guys over at the Pen Addict really wanted to get a hold of this bottle, I'm going to continue to use it periodically, but I don't go to the orange inks all the time, but I'm going to continue to occasionally use it. If they contact me and say, you know what, we'd really like to get a hold of that, and they give me a way to send it to them, I will send them this Krishna orange ink, what's remaining of it, which will probably be more than half a bottle. I'm going to try not to go after this one, just to help them. They contact me, I'll send it to them, just so that they can enjoy another orange ink. Hazel notebook paper. So the Hazel notebooks I got with the Krishna inks when I made a huge order, so I went ahead and ordered some of their papers, and they're toothier papers, they're nice papers, they're great for walk-around notebook papers, they handle ink incredibly well. Like you see here, no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade. Gorgeous orange, no matter what paper it's on. The extra fine has no feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade, 2 seconds to dry. And now the medium is the exact same tone. This has been boring and beautiful the whole time. The same exact orange and everything. No feather, spread, halo sheen, or shade, 3 seconds to dry. The scrubby for both show us no color variation. We didn't expect it. We didn't get it in the smear test. I don't think you could recover it if you smeared while you were writing. Black and red notebooks. No bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo sheen, or shade. The extra fine is the exact same tone. It's amazing. No feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade. 4 seconds to dry. The medium is the exact same tone with no feather, spread, halo sheen, or shade. 5 seconds to dry. Amazing. So the dry times here are significantly different.
but the ink didn't travel as high up on the chromatography when I did that either. The extra fine and the medium scrubby showed us no color variation. We didn't expect it, we didn't get it. In the smear test, I do not think you could recover it if you smeared while you were writing. Franklin Christoph, no bleeding, no ghosting. Now this paper sometimes makes inks look a little dull. Not here. Here it keeps all that vibrancy. It is just, take a breath. Take a second breath because it's still that good. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade. The extra fine gives us the exact same tone as the 1.1. It has been so consistent. No feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, 4 seconds to dry. The medium is the exact same tone that we saw in all the other writing samples. No feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, 5 seconds to dry. And the scrubby shows us no color variation for either the extra fine or the medium, and we didn't get any. In the smear test, it looks like you could recover the extra fine, but not the medium. And that is what I have for the writing sample. Brad or Mike, contact me. I'll send it to you. That's all that I have for the writing sample.
Instead of finding inks that look like Krishna's orange, I would prefer to find an ink that complements its color on the page. I've chosen Krishna's Freedom Blue because that is a vibrant blue with this vibrant orange. Before I give my opinion on this ink, I would ask, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time here, I would invite you to subscribe. So what do I think of Krishna's orange? This is another great, vibrant orange ink. If you like orange inks, this is an orange ink for you to take a look at. The only downside to it for many people is the very small bottles, and they can be a little bit pricey to get a hold of unless you order them from India, which is going to take a while to get to you. But I'm going to enjoy this ink in that little bottle until it's gone. This is a very nice ink. Thanks for watching.